championship game between Loretto and Summertown. AJ Good here on the X Sports Network, joined alongside Adam Lindsay for tonight's game. And Adam, this is the 6th time these two will have faced off this season.
Yeah, I told somebody before the game today, AJ, it's like the movie Groundhog Day. You know, you wake up like every day. You know, it's like you wake up and you say, well, today's Loretto Day, you know.
The first pitch, J.B. Clifton grounds over to Eric Abbott. The throw over to first is in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. We had no national anthem, no starting in introductions, and we are starting almost 15 minutes early, Adam. We already got an out in this one. Yeah. Hannah Lindsay's on the hill tonight for Summertown. Aubrey Ezel now due up. Next pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1. Winner will face the loser of,
I believe that's Huntington and Stewart
Westview.
County, or Westview. Is it Westview?
Yeah,
okay.
Huntington and Westview.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I knew Westview was one of them. I couldn't think of the other. Ezel fouls off the next, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
And, you know, AJ, you always want to win the region, right? But the bottom line is you want to get to a state championship.
Right.
Listen, I'm not looking forward to, and nobody here is, Loretto or Summertown having to drive 2.5 hours on a Friday night. Yeah. So, you know, there's motivation here to win these games today.
The 0-2 is chopped over to Abbott at short. The throw over to Burleson at first is in time. So back-to-back ground outs to the shortstop, and we got 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. Going to bring up the shortstop in Briley Dover. Dover, who is a North Alabama commit, just a junior, but after her senior year will be going to play Division I softball. Steps in for first at bat here against Lindsay. Here's the first pitch. And misses away for ball 1.
I actually tried to convince Dover after the district championship, first time I got to talk to her, maybe about leaving school early, you know, starting maybe skipping the senior year, but she didn't like that idea.
I think you got personal reasons behind that.
Sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she's such a great player, though, AJ. Super talented and a really good kid, too. I mean, just a good kid.
She fouls the next pitch down the left field lines. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Here's the 1-1. And a changeup just misses away for ball 2.
The changeup was a really big pitch for Lindsay in the first region game. AJ, she threw it pretty well. She's getting better with it, it seems.
And Dover's going to line this one in the right center field gap. That one's going to go off the wall. Dover on her way to second. And her wheels gets a 2-out double. And a runner in scoring position here for the Lady Mustangs in the top of the first. Going to bring up the first baseman in Shelby Fisher. Adam looked like she was gliding out there. That looked as effortless as it could get.
Definitely. You know, and Hannah hung that one out too much, got too much of the plate. You know, and Dover, he hits the ball well opposite field. So,
first pitch here to Fisher, and that one's on the outside corner for strike 1. Fisher, who was clutch in the district tournament on several occasions against Summertown and against Giles County, and played pretty well against Cheatham County on Monday. Here comes the 0-1, foul back for strike 2.
On a good note, if you're Lindsay, if you're going to give a laser beam double to that young lady, at least you did it with nobody on and 2 outs. You know, so there is a positive to it, I guess.
Here comes the 0-2 from Lindsay. Misses away for ball 1. And the winner will get the B back here on Friday night for the sub-state, a chance to go to the state tournament next week. The loser will have to drive at least 2 hours and 5 minutes at the earliest. Next pitch is fouled back. Count will stay where it is, a 1 ball and 2 strike.
And, you know, AJ, you're probably going to see a Huntington, possibly. You know, I think they are favored over there. And that team is a solid softball team. Going there and winning is not going to be easy for whoever has to go there.
Another 1-2 from Lindsay, and that misses away for ball 2. For Loretto's sake, they had to face off with Westview in basketball. And, you know, they don't want to have to go out there again for another sport.
Definitely.
Here's a 2-2, swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Loretto strands a runner in the top of the first. The Lady Eagles due up in the bottom half of the innings. Coming up next here on the X Sports Network.
Hit a home run with the team at United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
On the web, 931-321-8226.
Tommy Johnson, 931-722-4840.
Tyler Webb, 731-438-2084.
Travis Caldwell's 931-629-3033.
You're safe with United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
What really matters during sports, one of the greatest fears I have during a ball game is that I let my words get the best of me. Words matter, and what we say can't be taken back once it's said. Jesus said in Matthew 5 and verse 37 to let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything more than that comes.
And back here at Summertown for the Class 2A Region 5 championship game. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Summertown, top of the order, lead things off. Eric Abbott, Meg Parrott, and Katie Beth Gallagher. 1, 2, 3 face off with Carly Urban, a pitcher they are very familiar with, Adam.
Yeah, I actually told Carly when we first got here, when she was warming up just about probably 15, 20 minutes ago, I said, it seems like I haven't seen you in like 2 days. Well, what has it been, AJ? What, 3 days?
3 days, yeah. The first pitch is in there for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. This one is lined over to Dover at short. The throw over to first is in time, and that will be the first out of the inning. A lot of ground balls heading to shortstop so far early in this one.
Yep.
Brings up the center fielder here in Meg Parrott. Again, this is the 6th time these two have faced off with each other. The winner will get the loser of Huntington and Westview on Friday. The winner will have to make the trip at least 2 hours and 5 minutes at the shortest to head out that way.
Yep.
Same with the Loretto baseball team. They're facing off with White House Heritage right now. First pitch from Urban to Parrott, and that one's on the inside corner for strike one.
How do you feel about that Loretto matchup today, AJ? Do you have any idea on that one?
Well,
What you might think?
White House Heritage, from what I was told visiting with their coaching staff yesterday, is very, very tough. They're a very good offensive team.
Yeah.
But Loretto, so deep at the pitching staff, as the next pitch from Urban's in the dirt for ball one. Loretto's pitching staff is so deep, so talented, and I've heard this a lot when it comes to not only softball and baseball, but when you get in the postseason, your power pitchers take over. And the postseason is power pitching time. As that ball is grounded over to Buttram at third, she throws over the first in time for the second out of the inning. And if you're going to win, in the postseason, you're going to need someone that can blow somebody away.
Exactly. I agree.
Brings up Katie Beth Gallagher, the catcher here for Summertown. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Adam, we got a new scoreboard out here in right field as well.
Yeah, it's super nice. Coach Burleson had to get a little help getting the poles, we had those donated, I think is what he said, and had some nice people to help us out with that, but it is a beauty. I don't know how long that other one had been there, AJ, but I'd be curious to know. I don't know how long it was there for.
Gallagher fouls the first one down the left field line. Here comes the 0-1. This is away for ball one. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. No score between these two Lawrence County rivals. Here comes the 1-1 from Urban. And that one's in the dirt for ball two. Something I've noticed about these Loretto pitchers, Adam, is they waste no time. They get the signs, they go.
They do.
And they're very rhythm-based when they play.
Exactly.
Comes a 2-1 from Urban. That one's in the dirt for ball three.
And it's the Summertown pitcher, Lindsay, she's very similar to that too. She likes to get a rhythm going. I think it helps pitchers, especially in softball, much more than baseball.
Here's a 3-1 from Urban, and that one's on the inside corner. Count goes full 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-hole hitter here for the Lady Eagles. Beautiful evening, bit of a breeze blowing straight out the left, and a packed house. A full count from Urban. Lined up the middle, that's going to be a base hit. So just like Loretto in the top half of the inning, a 2-out hit keeps the inning alive here for Summertown. Hannah Lindsay, the pitcher, the cleanup hitter, due up now here for the Lady Eagles. If you're listening on the X, Summertown wearing blue pants, gray tops, white numerals outlined in blue. Loretto all black, black pants, black tops, gold numerals outlined in white.
You wonder here if Gallagher might be trying to get advance here and get to second. That one's going to be in the dirt. Nice pick there by JB.
It was a great pick by JB, and she tries to throw over to get Gallagher, but it's not in time. 1 ball, no strikes here to the cleanup hitter for Summertown. Infield, outfield playing straight up here for Loretto. Comes the 1-0 from Urban. And that misses high and away for ball two. Urban, who defeated Summertown in their first district final game last week. She only threw 70 pitches in that first game. Comes the 2-0. That one's in the dirt for ball three.
Very efficient. She did a great job of mixing her changeup in that game, AJ. That's one thing I noticed from that outing. She really kept Summertown off balance.
Urban back on the rubber, down 3-0 here to Lindsay. Comes a 3-0 offering. This is high and away for ball four, and the Lady Eagles got 2 on here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs.
And the way Lindsay can swing the bat at times, I think she already has a homer off Carly this year. That's not a bad walk, really, in that situation. Force someone else to make a play here, so not a bad necessarily a bad thing in that situation to take the bat out of Hannah's hands and move on to the next one.
Mackenzie Reynolds, the left fielder, due up now. Takes ball 1 away. Comes a 1-0 from Urban. And that one's in there for strike 1.
And Reynolds, I believe, was 3 for 4 in the first region game the other night. Had 3 good hard-hit singles to the left side, so she started off good in the region.
Left-handed hitter here takes ball 2 low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on here in the bottom of the first. Summertown trying to strike first. The second left-handed hitter in this Summertown lineup. Here comes a 2-1. This one is fouled and out of play to left, and the count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of 3, I believe, left-handed batters in this lineup, especially at the high school level, Adam. That's tough for any pitcher, especially when you have right-handed dominant rotations. Here comes a 2-2. Lined in the left field. That's a base hit. That's going to get down. Gallagher rounding third. She's going to come in and score, and Summertown takes an early 1-0 lead on that 2-out single from Mackenzie Reynolds.
Well, when you were talking about the left-handed bats, AJ, most time in softball when you see left-handed bats, you're thinking slapper speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Summertown has 3 left-handed bats.
And they can all hit for power.
They all hit for power, and even Abbott, who it definitely is a slapper, she's got 7 home runs this year. I noticed when they played Harpeth the other day and she came to the plate, they had their whole infield came up like 20 feet from home plate. And I'm sitting here thinking.
As that pitch gets away from Urban, that's going to score. Hannah Lindsay. And a wild pitch makes it a 2-0 game here for Summertown.
Yeah, Abbott came to lead the game off, and Harpeth came up like in slapper depth, like 20 feet in front of the bags. And I'm sitting here thinking somebody may actually get hurt really bad here because she's not your typical slapper. And but yeah.
Shelby Davis, the third baseman, up now, lines this one down the left field line, and that one's going to stay in. No, they're going to say that one was foul.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that looked like it was fair. But home plate umpire says it is foul, and the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis, who has done some damage, especially in the district tournament here from the 6-hole spot, is trying to add to the Summertown lead, which sits at 2-0 right now. Comes a 1-1 from Urban. Hit high and deep in the air to left field. Bivens tracking it. Can't make the catch. That's going to bring home Reynolds. Davis is in the second with a RBI double. And the Summertown lead is now extended out to 3-0. It's a tough play for any outfielder when you're having to go into the gap and make a running catch like that.
It's tough, and the ball was hit solid, AJ, but that ball was actually probably 5 feet from the fence. And we were talking about the wind earlier. Everything's carrying that way right now.
Hannah Burleson due up now. Fouls back the first pitch for strike 1. Summertown has gotten 3 runs at them, all with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first to lead this one 3-0. Talk about situational hitting, not just during the regular season, but if you can hit with runners in scoring position, hit with 2 outs, I mean, that's a difference in championships and difference in going home early.
Well, and AJ, too, in that championship game, it's a 4-0 game, in the delayed game.
Mm-hmm.
You have a ground ball that an error is made in the infield by Loretto, which pushes the lead to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, a walk or 2 later in a hit, it's 9-0. So it just goes to show, if you give a team extra chances, especially a solid team, they will make you pay. And it's not just Summertown. Loretta's well capable of doing that too. But
it's the 1-2 from Urban to Burleson, swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Not before Summertown gets 3 runs, all with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. They lead this 3-0 as we head to the top of the second here on the X Sports Network.
This is Lawrence County Sheriff John Myers. 3.5 years ago, you elected me to be your sheriff. In the past 3.5 years, my team and I have removed hundreds of thousands of dollars in drugs from the county's roads. We increased the presence of deputies in all of our communities across the county, and we've kept an eye on your tax dollars. Today, I'm asking for your vote to keep the progress going. We've made a big dent in crime, but we still have a lot of work to do. When you go to the polls this August, choose John Myers for sheriff, and let's keep Lawrence County America's best county to live in. Ad paid for John Myers for sheriff.
No matter what it is that you like, take those things, translate it into.
And back here at Summertown for the Class 2A Region 5 final. We head to the top of the second. Summertown leading their rivals in Loretto 3-0. 5, 6, 7 due up here for the Lady Mustangs. Autumn Buttram, the third baseman, to lead things off here. Facing Hannah Lindsay for the first time today. Lindsay through the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, a strikeout through 14 pitches. here comes the first pitch from Lindsey to Buttram. And that one's in there for strike one.
You know, when A.J. was the last out that inning for Loretto, what a beautiful changeup that Urban threw there to get Burleson to chase. What a great pitch.
Comes the 0-1 from Lindsey to Buttram, and that changeup misses away for ball one. Summertown doing all that damage, all with 2 outs. First 2 runners grounded out, and then they got 3 runs after that. Next pitch, that one's in the dirt for ball 2. Buttram, who had a pair of RBIs in their win against Cheatham County on Monday, one off an RBI double in the first, and then part of the 5-run 5th inning, got a bases-loaded walk. Comes the 2-1. This one is chopped down the left field line, but foul, and the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So, A.J., I see you went down there and everything. What was your impression of the Cheatham County field and everything? I saw it looked kind of pretty.
It's pretty.
A lot of people there.
Pretty great crowd. The Cheatham County fans are awesome. It's getting there. That's the problem. You literally had the drive in front of the football the football stands. Here comes the 2-2. This is away for ball 3. You had to drive in front of the football stands and go down this hill, and you parked on the practice football field. But the field was nice. The setup was good. And obviously they came away with the win, so it was worth going out there. Here's a full count offering. Hit high in the air but off of the net. And that will keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Definitely a wild ride. The Cheatham County High School, all of their buildings are hexagons.
Really?
Yeah, it is wild to see. It's one thing to watch it on Google Maps. It's another thing to actually drive through it. Here comes a full count offering. Chopped over to third. Throw over to first is in time, and that will be the first out of the inning. And
I've been to a lot of places with school ball and with travel ball and everything, but I don't know if I've ever been to Cheatham County High School. I was thinking that of the night.
Moving up to 2A, it's opened up a lot of options for both Summertown and Loretto. They're facing teams that, frankly, most people have never even heard of.
Yeah.
Julie Clifton, the center fielder, due up now for the Lady Mustangs. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. 1 gone here in the top of the second. Summertown leading Loretto 3-0. Comes the 0-1 from Lindsey. That one's on the outside corner for strike 2. Lindsey with a lot of velocity early in this one. You can tell she's feeling pretty good out there in the circle. Comes the 0-2. Just misses outside for ball 1.
Well, I hope she's throwing decently well, AJ, because a night or two ago I spent an hour rubbing icy hot on that kid's shoulder, so I almost fell asleep from rubbing it so long. So yeah.
And this one's lined in the right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit off the wall. Clifton rounding first. She is going to go into second with a 1-out double. Runner in scoring position once again here for Loretto, their second hit of the game, and also their second double.
You know, when Lindsey gets ahead with 2 good fastballs, down in the zone, and then what does she do?
Elevates,
let her high. Julie makes her pay, and then Hannah's got to know better than that. It's got to.
Now it's Jerica Ray sends a chopper over to Abbott at short. The throw is in there. Clifton taking off for third. She will advance. And we got a pair of outs, 2 outs here with the runner on third in the top of the second.
Yeah, and Hannah's played with Julie, in travel before, and Julie's a great kid, and she knows exactly what Julie could do. That's the last place you need to put a ball to that young lady, because she can make you pay in a heartbeat. But 2 outs, though.
Brings up Emily Cozart here, the designated player, the 8-hole hitter. First pitch, chopped off the end of the bat down the first base line, but foul for strike 1. Clifton, who stung that ball, got that elevated fastball and did what good hitters do, which is hit it to the opposite field.
Yep.
Right in the gap. You want to live there. Here comes the 0-1. This one's chopped over to Abbott at short. The throw over to Burleson at first is in time, and that will end the inning. The Lady Mustangs strand another in the top of the second. Summertown leads at 3-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. Coming up next on the X Sports Network.
No matter what it is that you like, take those things, translate it into an academic degree.
It's the best thing probably I've ever done in my life, and my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner.
Getting this degree opened up doors that I didn't even envision would be open.
I'm so happy that I did it, and I think anybody that wants it should go for it. You will not regret it.
Back here in Summertown, we head to the bottom of the second of this Class 2A Region 5 championship game. Summertown leading Loretto 3-0, 8-9-1. Two up here for the Lady Eagles. Reagan Burleson, the second baseman, to lead things off against Carly Urban. Hits the first one high in the air. Aubrey Ezel, the second baseman, makes the catch. One pitch, one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Adriana Davis, the right fielder, now due up here for the Lady Eagles, and the 9-hole hitter. Summertown Loretto have had pretty consistent lineups, especially in the back half of the season as they now head into the postseason stretch. First pitch from Urban, and that one's in there for strike one. Urban right now through an inning and a third, 3 runs off 3 hits, a walk, a strikeout through 29 pitches. Comes the 0-1, and that one's in the dirt for ball one.
Abriana has started, I believe, in right field the last few games for Summertown. She's got a pretty solid stick, AJ. She's a young kid, but, man, she's got some power.
Comes a 1-1 from Urban. Hit off the end of the bat. Dover racing over, makes the running catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. Briley Dover made a play against Cheatham County where it looked like something you would see in the big leagues, where she scooped it, spun, and threw a rocket over the first. Then she showed off her range right there. Erica Abbott, the shortstop, due up, grounded out to Dover on one pitch to lead things off in the bottom of the first, facing Urban for the second time. Next pitch hit high in the air and a little too close to our camera down the right field line there for strike one.
Yeah, Will, I think his heart rate just increased considerably.
He's going to have to get to Yao Ming status, 7'5" to knock those balls away if they come close to it.
Yep.
Comes the 0-1, and Abbott lays off of it, but it hits the outside corner for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes to the top of the order, the leadoff hitter here for the Lady Eagles. And here comes the 0-2 delivery. Chopped right over to Fisher at first. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. Summertown still leads 3-0. So you head to the top of the third here on the X Sports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Since 1986, Southeast Carriers, Inc. has been a family-owned and operated business in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We strive to have updated equipment and technology.
Back here in Summertown in the Class 2A Region 5 championship game, we head to the top of the third. Lady Eagles leading the Lady Mustangs of Loretto 3-0. 9-1-2 due up here for Loretto. Mackenzie Bivens, the left fielder, to lead things off here for the Lady Mustangs. Hannah Lindsay on for her third inning of work so far through 2. No runs off 2 hits, no walks, a strikeout through 28 pitches. Here's the first one to Bivens, and that misses away for ball one. Beautiful evening here. Stiff wind blowing straight out the left field and a packed house here between these two Lawrence County rivals. Here's the 1-0. Chopped down the left field line and foul for strike one. So far we don't expect any storms in the forecast. Tomorrow we do, but thankfully we're not playing tomorrow. Yep. Comes a 1-1. And that one misses away. 2 balls, 1 strike here to the 9-hole hitter for Loretto. Top of the order, Jenny Clifton and Aubrey Zell waiting. Comes a 2-1. And that misses away for ball 3.
And Lindsay's, it's a major issue when you're going 3-1 on the 9-hole hitter. You know Jenny Beth's going to hit the ball, but that's something you just can't do right here.
And that one's chopped right back to Lindsay. Throws over to Burleson at first, and that will be the first out of the inning.
She was very fortunate in that situation. Very fortunate.
Speaking of J.B. Clifton, now up here, grounded out to Erica Abbott over at short in her first at bat. Clifton, who hit .475 in the district tournament, is hitting just a hair over .500 for the season. Here comes the first pitch from Lindsay. Hit hard and deep into right field. Parrott, the center fielder, skies over into the gap, makes the catch. That'll be the second out of the inning to bring up the second baseman, Aubrey Zell.
AJ, talking about the wind and the breeze here, the ball is definitely moving deep to left, in that way. But another thing, though, in opposition to that, going to right is just hanging up. It's kind of going right straight across the field right now. So anything to right field is just going to hang up a lot.
First pitch from Lindsay to Ezel. That one's lined over Abbott's head and short. That will get into left center for a base hit. Another 2-out hit here for the Lady Mustangs. That'll bring up Briley Dover. Speaking of, she hit a laser into right center field for a 2-out double. The bottom of first, and she's got a runner on here in this situation in the top of the third. As they say in Major League, Adam, he hit it too high.
Yep.
Too high. First pitch, and this one is hit hard in the left center field. That one's off the wall. Heading over to third, it's Ezel. She's coming home. The throw is offline. She is in there. Dover heads over to third. A 2-out RBI double from Briley Dover, and that cuts the Summertown lead to 3-1.
Great piece of hitting there. Lindsay gets the ball too far in to that great hitter, and she punishes her for it.
She has had a pair of one-hoppers off the wall, one to each gap, and that's cut the lead to 3-1. Shelby Fisher due up now. Struck out swinging her first at bat. Misses the first pitch from Lindsay, misses away for ball one. Adam, all 4 runs in this game so far have been scored with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Comes the 1-0 from Lindsay. And that one misses in for ball 2. The winner of this will host the loser of Westview and Huntington. The loser will unfortunately have to make a 2-hour trip on the road. Comes the 2-0. That one misses low and away for ball 3. 3 balls, no strike to the cleanup hitter for Loretto.
And Dover's a great hitter. She's going to hit the ball. You give up a run, but you can't compound your problem by go 3-0 on this young lady. And this is also the same young lady that struck out her last at bat too. I mean, you can't do that.
Here's the 3-0, and that one's in there for strike 1.
And then now you're 3-1. So you're looking at possibly having to groove a strike to this young lady who's definitely able to put one out of this ballpark.
And the 3-1 chopped over to Abbott at short. The throw to Burleson at first is in there, and that will end the inning. But not before the Lady Mustangs get on the board with a 2-out RBI double from Briley Dover. It's a 3-1 Summertown lead as we head to the bottom of the third here on the X Sports Network.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street next to the courthouse.
And back here at Summertown, the Class 2A Region 5 championship game. Loretto able to get on the board in the top of the third. Summertown leads this one 3-1. These two meeting up for the 6th time this season. The previous 5 matchups, 4 out of the 5 have been won by Summertown, including all the ones played here so far. So Carly Urban on for her 3rd inning of work through 2, has given up 3 runs off 3 hits, a walk, a strikeout through 34 pitches. First one. Hit high in the air, deep to left field. That one gets over the fence. Meg Parrott with a lead-off homer, and Summertown gets that run back. They lead it 4-1.
AJ, she definitely put a ride into that one, but I'm going to tell you, if you're going to put a ball up in the air here as solid as it did, that ball hit that jet stream up there, and it was gone.
We were talking about the wind blowing straight to left. She got it up in the air, and it got over the fence.
It's headed right out that direction, but that was a well-hit ball. I knew it was least in the gap, but it just carried and carried. Great job there by Meg to lead the inning off.
Katie Beth Gallagher due up, a single and a run scored in her first at bat in the first inning. Here's the first pitch from Urban. That one's in there on the inside corner for strike 1.
And if you're Carly here, you wonder if you don't have to work away more, and force these right-handed powerful bats of Summertown, the 3-4-5, to go to right field, and keep everything middle in away, because like we were saying, AJ, if you can get it up in there, it's got a shot.
Next pitch is low and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the 3-hole hitter. Here's the 1-1. Hit off the handles, but that one's going to get in for a base hit. Gallagher has reached base twice with a pair of singles. 1 on, no out. Summertown leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the third. Hannah Lindsay, the pitcher, due up now, walked and scored a run in her first at bat in the bottom of the first. Trying to reach base for the second time. The Summertown offense Had 3 runs in the first, none in the second. Then Meg Parrott led off the inning with a solo homer. First pitch from Urban. This one's chopped over to Butcham at third. Throw over to second is not in time. She couldn't make up her mind where to throw it as everyone reaches safely, and now 2 on, no out. That'll bring up the left fielder, Mackenzie Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She second-guessed herself. It looks like she may not have been maybe aware of, or, if that was a runner on first, till it was. I'm wondering, AJ, if you don't see a bunt here, this young lady's good at it, move your runners. You may not. Reynolds been swinging the bat great, so maybe that won't be the case. But
she has an RBI single already in this game. She's also scored a run. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. One of 3 left-handed hitters in this Lady Eagle lineup. Very close to the plate here. Next pitch, and speaking of bunt, she lays it down. Butcham at third, throws over to first.
Throw it away.
That one's going to get away. Coming down the score is Gallagher. Everyone moves up a base, and Summertown leads this one 5-1 in the bottom of the third inning.
And AJ, she did that against Harpeth the other day on Monday of this week. Laid the bunt down, moved the runners, but also beat the bunt out, as well. So she's got good speed. She's a great bunter. Being left-handed like that, she can put it down that third baseline very well, and it's just a tough play. Loretto's just kind of shooting themselves right now, AJ. I mean, they've been in this game. They're a solid team. They're just making some mistakes right now you just can't make, especially against a team like Summertown that, they're already going to hit the ball solid anyway. But
they're defending state champions for a reason.
They are.
It was in Class 1A, and they've shown it off in several ways. I've heard a lot that they graduated some pretty important players from last year, but this is a team that has got experience, and they, as some people like to say, like the Nick Sabans of the world, we don't rebound, we reload. And this Summertown squad is definitely reloaded in a big way.
They're younger, but you've got so many kids that have played ball for so long, on this team. I mean, they're probably looking at, game over 1,000 games since they were young, each one of these kids. So they're definitely familiar with the game of softball.
Shelby Davis due up now, takes the first pitch from Irvin for strike one. Davis, who had an RBI double, her first at bat in the first inning. Skied one into the left center field gap, just out of the reach of Bivens. Here comes the 0-1 from Irvin. That one misses high and away for ball one. 5-1 the Summertown lead here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 Lady Eagles on, second and third with no outs. Comes a 1-1 from Irvin. And that one hits the inside corner for strike two.
That's a beautiful pitch by Carly. You couldn't find them to have a better spot than right there. If you could keep the ball right there, you'd be in great shape.
Davis back in the box. Here comes the 1-2 from Irvin. This one is lined off the end of the bat, but foul, and the count will stay where it is. Out just a hair ahead of that one, but still was able to put some good wood on that one.
Shelby's got to be patient here and stay back, and look for a change-up, something off speed. Worst case scenario is something here to the right side would still might get you a run in.
Comes another 1-2 from Irvin. Hit into center field. Clifton makes the catch. Here comes Lindsay, and she will score, but the runner at second, trying to advance to third, is thrown out. The sacrifice fly gets in a run to extend the lead to 6-1 here in the bottom of the third inning.
It's kind of hard to understand. I wonder what miscommunication was at second there, because if you're tagging on that catch, how you're not at third base by the time that the center fielder catches it and throws it all the way home. I wonder what happened there.
Hannah Burleson on for her second at bat. This one is lined over to Bivens in left, and that will end the inning. 3 runs scored in the bottom of the third by Summertown. They lead at 6-1 as we head to the top of the fourth here on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Hey friends, this is Barry Doss. Over the past 30 years, Doss Brothers Incorporated has grown from its humble beginnings to working daily to build the future of Lawrence.
Back here at Summertown, the Class 2A Region 5 championship game. Summertown with 3 runs in the bottom of the third. They lead at 6-1 as we head to the top of the fourth inning. 5, 6, 7 due up here for Loretto. Autumn Butchum to lead things off. Grounded out to third in her first at bat. Butchum did a lot of damage in the district tournament. Some big hits against not only Summertown but Giles County, and delivered a pair of RBIs against Cheatham County on Monday night. And for her second at bat here against Hannah Lindsay. Here's the first pitch, and that one misses away for ball 1. Lindsay on for her fourth inning of work, has given up a run off 4 hits, a strikeout. Right now sits at 42 pitches. Working with a big lead here, 6-1 in the top of the fourth on that beautiful brand new scoreboard in right field. Next pitch misses away for ball 2. Lindsay, the Summertown ace, trying to get the Lady Eagles back here on Friday night. Comes the 2-0 from Lindsay to Butchum, and this one's lined in the left field. That's a base hit. So Butchum leads things off with a single, 1 on, no out, and that's going to bring up Julie Clifton, the center fielder. Hit a double off the wall in right center field in her first at bat. Played very well against Cheatham County the other night. Had a pair of hits, including an RBI against the Lady Cubs. First pitch from Lindsay to Clifton. This one's chopped up the middle.
That could be trouble.
And this is going to be a double
That's going to
play.
be turned.
Great job there from Reagan Burleson to turn the double play, and we got 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning.
And I don't know how planned it was, AJ, or how it was set up, or if it's great coaching or just tough luck, but Burleson was shaded up the middle, and that ball could not have been placed in a more perfect spot for her to field that and get the double play.
Jerica Ray, the right fielder, due up now. She's going to line this one to right field. That's going to get past the right fielder. Ray's on her way to second, and she's now going to head over to third. Here comes a throw from Abbott over to third. It is not in time, or the tag wasn't placed. The field umpire looked at the home plate umpire. I was a bit shaded here from the home plate umpire. I couldn't tell what happened there. Now we got a runner on third here with 2 outs.
Well, I can tell you, AJ, I did not see it between the umpire and the catcher and everything else over there. I did not see it. The only thing I know is the field umpire signaled safe, then went to punch her out, then looked at the home plate umpire, and I don't know what. The ball could have been out, AJ. I'd never see it. I couldn't see it. I don't know.
Here's the first pitch here to Cozart, and that's going to miss away for ball 1. And the throw beat her. I was blocked here by the home plate umpire. I couldn't really tell whether she was safe without. We definitely know the throw beat her. Here's a 1-0. Chopped off of her shins for strike 1. But the ball got away from the right fielder. Took a bad hop on a bloop single to right. And here comes the 1-1 from Lindsay. This one's chopped up the middle. Nice play from Abbott. Throws over to first in time, and that will end the inning. Lady Mustangs strand another in the top of the 4th. Summertown leads at 6-1 as we head to the bottom half of the inning here on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
That's all we do.
Back here in Summertown, the Class 2A Region 5 championship game. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Summertown leading the rivals in Loretto 6-1. Due up here for the Lady Eagles, 8-9-1. Reagan Burleson to lead things off. She popped up to the second baseman in Aubrey Zone, her first at bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Trying to reach base here for the first time tonight. Facing off with Carly Urban on for her 4th inning of work. Has given up 6 runs off 5 hits, a walk, and a strikeout through 47 pitches. First one is fouled straight back for strike 1.
You know, and this is a dangerous inning for Loretto, AJ. You know, you're down 5, but you're still within striking distance. You know, you've had some solid hits today, but you don't want to let Summertown stretch this out to a 7-8 run lead here. You've got to keep it where you can manageable.
Next pitch is fouled straight back again, and the count will go to no balls and 2 strikes.
It was a great pitch by Carly down in the zone.
You don't want to get in run rule territory. We're not close to that yet, but another big inning here from Loretto, and we might be there. Or excuse me, another big inning from Summertown, we might be there. Here comes the 0-2 from Urban. And that one misses away for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the 8-0 hitter for Summertown. They lead it 6-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Urban readies. Here comes the 1-2. And that one misses low and away, and the Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a great pitch.
Yeah, looked good.
It looked good. I will definitely say that. It was a great pitch, great location.
It's the 2-2 from Urban. This one's lined in the left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And that one's going to get away, not too much from Bivens. And Burleson going to head back to first with a leadoff single. 6th hit of the game for Summertown. That will bring up the right fielder, and Adriana Davis.
Actually looks like she's being hit for. That'll be, I believe, Caitlin Gillum coming to the plate, AJ.
Caitlin Gillum here pitch hitting in this, or maybe might be coming in full time. First pitch is pulled back, high and away. The pickoff throw to first, and he's looking over at the home plate umpire. Again, it's not in time.
She looked safe, AJ.
She
but
looked safe,
that
yeah.
was close.
Yeah.
Very close.
It's a good job there from Clifton, the catcher, to snap one over quickly. 1 ball, no strikes here. And this one bunted straight back and foul for strike 1. Gillen, the pitch hitter here, looking to Vance Burleson, the second base. Erica Abbott, the leadoff hitter, and the shortstop waiting on deck.
And I think Coach Burleson's talking to Caitlin like, look, this is a sacrifice bunt. We're not worried about you getting out of the box to get to safe first. We need a bunt on the ground. And I think he's trying to reiterate that to her right now.
Urban on the rubber. Here comes a 1-1. And the bunt does get down. Clifton fields it, throws over to first in time. That will advance the runner, and that will be the first out of the inning.
It's a nice job there.
Good bunt, and also I want to say a good play from Clifton. She was falling down, throwing, and delivered a strike. Bring up the shortstop, Erica Abbott. 0 for 2 so far in the game. Ground out to short, and then a ground out to first. First pitch hit high in the air, and this one's not going to leave the infield. Izell, the second baseman, makes the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Abbott, who has honestly probably over the last 10 to 15 games been the hottest hitter for Summertown, she's a great kid. She has swung at some very tough pitches tonight that she doesn't normally swing at. So she's swinging at some balls out of the zone that Carly's got her to chase a bunch. She's got to be a little bit more selective than what she's been so far tonight.
McParrott due up now, 1 for 2 with the solo homer. First pitch from Urban, and that one's in there for strike 1. Hit it over the fence in left center field off the first pitch in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's also chopped back to Urban. Hit a ground ball to third in her first at bat. This one is fouled off the net here in right field. Count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here. Runner on second base for the Lady Eagles as they lead at 6-1. Urban back in the circle on the rubber, gets a sign and goes to work. Here's the 0-2. That one misses away for ball 1. Urban right now at 59 pitches. Trying to get out with no damage. Back on the rubber. And here comes a 1-2. That one misses low and away, and the count will even up 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you know, this wind like it is, AJ, it's tough on your pitchers too. I mean, you're throwing into it every time, especially if you attempt to throw a changeup. It's hard to keep it under control.
Here's a 2-2. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Fisher tracking it, lost it up in the sun, and the count will stay where it is at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think between the sun and the wind.
Yeah, misjudged that. I thought that was heading more towards the fence, and the stiff wind, which is blowing straight out the left field, pushed that one back and landed in between her and Izell in foul territory. Urban here gets a sign from Clifton. Back on the rubber, and here comes another 2-2 delivery. This one is sent in the left field. That's a base hit. Burleson's rounding third. Bivens bobbles into left field, and that will be a 2-out RBI single from Meg Parrott, her second RBI of the game. And Summertown extends her lead to 7-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Brings up the catcher and Katie Beth Gallagher. Pair of singles and a pair of runs scored so far. Each coming in the 1st and 3rd inning.
You've got to be careful with Gallagher here.
First pitch hit high in the air to deep right field. Clifton can't make the play, off the wall. Rounding is Parrott. Parrott on her way home. That is another 2-out hit and a 2-out RBI. That double brings home Parrott. That extends the lead to 8-1. She hit that one. That was chest high and hit it right off the wall in dead center field.
She went up and got that one, AJ. She really did. I didn't think it had that distance on it, but it carried.
Hannah Lindsay on for her third at bat, 0 for 1. Walked in the first as she takes ball 1 low and in. Hit into a fielder's choice in the third and has scored in each inning.
I think Hannah's going to be looking to unload on something here if she gets it, I think.
This one is sent over to Dover. Dover makes the play, throws over to first. It is in time.
What a great play.
That will end the inning.
What a great play by that shortstop. She's amazing.
Lady Eagles get 2 in the bottom of the fourth. They lead at 8-1 as we head to the top of the fifth. That's coming up next on the X Sports Network.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no competition. For a straight-up deal on the best in professional zero-turn mowers, go straight to your Husqvarna dealer.
Back here in Summertown for the Class 2A Region 5 championship game. Right now, the Lady Eagles leading their rivals in Loretto 8-1. As we head to the top of the fifth, 9-1-2 due up here for Loretto. Mackenzie Bivens will lead things off. Chop back to the pitcher in Hannah Lindsay in her first at bat in the third inning. Lindsay on for her fifth inning of work has given up a run off 6 hits, no walks, a strikeout through 49 pitches. First one to Bivens, and she hits it right back to Lindsay again. 1 pitch, 1 out. We got 1 gone here in the top of the fifth inning.
You know, and you definitely want to move the ball around when you're on the mound, AJ, but it is very important right now for both of these pitchers to keep the ball down with this wind. You know, that ball's carrying, forced ground balls. That's big if you can keep the ball down now.
J.B. Clifton due up now. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
Not that low.
Not that low, no.
Not bouncing 3 feet in front of the plate, but just a little bit more on it. But
Clifton is 0 for 2 with a ground out the short and a fly ball to center. Here's the 1-0. This one is hit up the middle, and that's a base hit. So Clifton gets a 1-out single, reaches base for the first time tonight. We'll bring up Aubrey Zell, the second baseman. 1 for 2 in the game, a ground out to short in the first, and a single and a run scored in the third. Clifton, who was red hot coming into this game, was really good in the district tournament and was really good against Cheatham County on Monday. First pitch is Zell. This one's chopped over to Abbott at short. She bobbles it. Clifton is safe. And now we got 2-1 off the air with 1 out here, and that's going to bring up the shortstop and Briley Dover.
And that was a tailor-made double play ball. Another one. Abbott fields it clean. She touches second. You're out of the inning again.
Dover is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, 1 to each gap and an RBI. First pitch from Lindsay. That one's low and away for ball 1.
AJ, I'm not wondering if you just don't work around this young lady. Put her on. If she wants to swing at something off the plate, that's great, but I don't think you give this young lady anything here. Load them up, force plays at every base.
Here comes the 2-0. That one misses away for ball 3, and just like you said, they are not messing around with her. She has stung the ball twice really well. North Alabama commit. Here's the 3-0, and that one's in there for strike 1.
Wonder if that was a purpose pitch or Hannah just got it too far in. I don't know. We'll see.
Here's the 3-1 from Lindsay. This one's lined up the middle. That's a base hit. Clifton's going to hold up at third. The third hit of the game for Briley Dover is going to load the bases here with 1 out, bringing up the first baseman. Shelby Fisher is 0 for 2, a strikeout in the first and a ground out the short in the third. Cleanup hitter here who's been clutched several times, especially lately, So now Greg Burleson going to come out and talk with this pitcher and also the rest of the Summertown infield. You know, he's not happy with recent developments here, especially with this team up 8-1. Things were rolling pretty smoothly until this top half of the 5th inning. Also, this is Ware against Cheatham County. Loretto exploded for 5 runs in that inning. They were up 2-1 and got 5 there to make it a 7-1 lead against the Lady Cubs.
You wonder if Coach Burleson here, I know who's up at the plate. Is that Fisher?
Fisher. Yep. Cleanup hitter for Loretto.
Fisher's a really solid hitter, but I do think she's maybe struck out or maybe grounded. I think she grounded into a double play, maybe.
She struck out swinging in the first and just a ground out the short in the third.
So you're wondering here if Coach Burleson's going to back his defense up and maybe look for turning something here. You know, instead of going for the force at home, you've still got a 7-run lead. Looks like they're playing normal depth. Yep. Maybe going to give up that run at home and maybe try to turn something or at least get one out.
Corner infielders playing it. First pitch to Fisher, and that one's on the outside corner for strike 1. Looks like middle infield at almost a double play depth as the outfield playing normal.
Yeah.
Comes the 0-1. Fisher sends us one in the right field. That's a base hit. Clifton scores. Here comes Azell. The throw is in time, and she is out. A laser of a throw in right field.
What a great throw.
What a great throw out there. And now we've got 2 gone here, but Loretto does get a run in the top of the 5th inning.
That was a great throw. You know, you wonder if that's something you really want to try there. You've reeled off, what, 4 straight hits, AJ?
Mm-hmm.
Man. But that was a great piece of hitting there by Fisher going to the right side with that outside fastball.
Autumn Buttram at the plate takes first pitch away for ball 1. 8-2 is the Summertown lead. It's Adriana Davis that made that throw. Actually, no, it's Caitlin Gillum that made that throw. So the next pitch is away for ball 2. I was trying to figure out who that was. Gillum came in for Davis.
Yeah, I think when she pinch hit for that last inning, she must have came on in, AJ. I think subbed her out.
And here comes the 2-0 to Buttram. This one's off the end of the bat. Davis, Shelby Davis throws over to first. Good stretch out at first there by Anna Burleson, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Loretto gets a run in the top half of the 5th inning. Summertown due up in the bottom half. They lead at 8-2 here on the X Sports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931.
Here at Summertown, the Region 5 Class 2A championship game. Lady Eagles leading the Lady Mustangs of Loretto 8-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-6-7 due up here for Summertown. Mackenzie Reynolds, a left fielder, lead things off. It's reached base twice, an RBI single, and a run scored in the first. Reached on an error in the 3rd inning. So trying to reach base for the 3rd time against Carly Urban. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Urban on for her 5th inning of work has given up 8 runs off 8 hits, a walk, a strikeout. Right now 6 at 66 pitches. Here's the 0-1 to Reynolds. Fouled off the net behind us for strike 2.
If you're a Summertown fan, AJ, you've really got to be happy with how that last inning actually worked out. I mean, I think you gave up 4 hits?
Mm-hmm.
4 hits, and, you get a big play at home plate there. You only allow 1 run. Loretto could have very well came away with more than that.
Next pitch from Urban, sent over to Dover at short. Long throw over to first. She makes it. It's in time, and that will be the first out of the inning. Shelby Davis, the 3rd baseman, due up. 1 for 1 in the game, RBI double in the first, and then a sacrifice fly for another RBI in the 3rd. 1 for the 3rd time here against Urban. 8-2 is the Lady Eagle lead here in the bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch from Urban. And that one misses low for ball 1.
Beautiful change up there. Carly did a great job, kept it down in the zone.
A lot of people would have swung right over top of that pitch.
I would have, AJ.
Yeah, I would have too. Here's the 1-0. This one's hit high and deep in the air to left, but way foul. And the count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. That was always the pitch. Anyone that threw a sinking changeup, I struggled with like crazy. I could hit changeups that just hung there, but anybody that, that circle change with that sideways spin to it, could never hit that thing. There's a lot of things I couldn't hit, but that was the one that frustrated me the most. Comes a 1-1 from Urban. And that one's off the end of the bat, down the left field line and foul. Should have seen this field yesterday, Adam. I'm sure you heard about it. Greg Burleson's nephew, who will not be named.
I have not heard.
It starts with a G.
Okay.
Was asked to. Well, there's several of them, so was asked to turn off the sprinklers, but he actually just unhooked the hose and left the hose running.
Seriously.
So there was a swamp down the left field line here. Greg was about ready to choke that the one of the Burleson nephews. His next pitch is blown away for ball 2. Here's a 2-2. Lined into right field. A good piece of 2-strike hitting there from Shelby Davis.
So are we going to leave that young man nameless then?
Nameless.
We've got G now, but I know we got, 2 or 3 start with G.
Exactly. So,
okay.
That's about as many clues as I'm going to get on that.
That's fine.
He knows who he is. But Greg was having a lot of fun with that yesterday and a lot of fun with it with me earlier today. As Anna Burleson due up, hits a high fly ball on the right. Jerica Ray camps underneath and makes the catch. And that will be the second out of the inning. Brings up the second baseman and Reagan Burleson. 1 for 2 in the game. A pop out to second in the second. Then a single and a run scored in the 4th.
AJ, for years there was pine trees that all behind this fence. There were solid pine trees. I don't know if you know that or not.
No. Burleson hits a high fly ball right to Ray. Takes a couple steps in, makes the catch. And that will end the inning. Lady Eagles stram 1 in the bottom half of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th. Summertown leading 8-2 here on the X Sports Network.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer.
Back here in Summertown, we head to the top of the 6th inning. Lady Eagles leading their rivals in Loretto 8-2 in this Class 2A Region 5 championship game. 6, 7, 8 due up here for Loretto. Julie Clifton to lead things off, who's 1 for 2, a double in the second, and ground into a double play in the 4th. It's the first pitch from Hannah Lindsay. That one's blown away for ball 1. Lindsay so far through 5 innings, giving up 2 runs off 9 hits, no walks, a strikeout through 64 pitches. Comes the 1-0, and that one's on the outside corner for strike 1. Haven't really seen any. We've only, that I can think of, Adam, 1 full count the entire game here. 1-1, swung on and missed for strike 2. That's a testament really to both the hitters and the pitchers on both sides.
And both of these pitchers put a big emphasis on pitch count. They've got to keep their pitch counts down. They're good at making people put the ball in play. So
that one misses away for ball 2. They both work quickly. This game so far, we're heading to the we're in the top of the 6th inning. We're not even an hour into this. Here comes a 2-2. Chopped over to Abbott at short off of her wrist, but sent over to Burleson at second. Clifton beats it out. Second error of the game here for Summertown. The leadoff runner reaches here for the Lady Mustangs. Bring up the right fielder, Jerica Ray, who's 1 for 2. A ground out to short in the second and a single in the 4th. Lindsay gets a sign. Here's the first pitch. This one's chopped over to Abbott. Throws over to second. The throw over to first. Not in time, but they get the lead runner for the first out of the inning.
Abbott made extra sure that time. She watched that one all the way in. Abbott's a great shortstop. fields the ball great. Sometimes it seems she kind of gets in a hurry. You know, she just got to slow down, let the game come to her. Don't force it. She'll be fine. But
Emily Kozar due up 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs to short. First pitch from Lindsay on the outside corner for strike one. Both shortstops have had a lot of action in this game so far. Here comes the 0-1. This one is sent over to first base. And here comes another double play opportunity. And Kozart, after some miscommunication, is able to reach first base safely, but not before the second out of the inning was made.
The thing about it is, Anna Burleson at first could have turned around and physically tagged the runner. The runner hadn't even left like 2 feet off the bag. I don't know what was going on over there, but that was actually Loretto came out of that a little bit lucky that it wasn't turned on a double play.
Next batter is Mackenzie Bivens. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner at the belt for strike one. She's 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs right to Lindsay, the pitcher. Comes the 0-1. This one is sent over to Abbott at short. Throw over to first is in time, and that will end the inning. Lady Mustangs stram one here in the top of the sixth. Last at bat for Summertown coming up in the bottom half of the inning. They lead at 8-2 here on the X Sports Network.
This is Lawrence County Sheriff John Myers. 3.5 years ago, you elected me to be your sheriff. In the past 3.5 years, my team and I have removed hundreds of thousands of dollars in drugs from the county's roads. We increased the presence of deputies in all of our communities across the county, and we've kept an eye on your tax dollars. Today, I'm asking for your vote to keep the progress going. We've made a big dent in crime, but we still have a lot of work to do. When you go to the polls this August, choose John Myers for sheriff, and let's keep Lawrence County America's best county to live in. Ad paid for John Myers for sheriff.
Back here at Summertown, we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Lady Eagles leading Loretto 8-2. You got 9-1-2 due up here for Summertown. It's Caitlin Gillum, who had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth inning. She came in for Adriana Davis in that inning. Also went into right field for Davis as well and threw a dart to throw out a Loretto runner at home. So it's been very productive coming into the game. Also a very fine pitcher for the Lady Eagles, facing Carly Urban for the second time. First pitch from Urban. That one's in there for strike one. Urban on for her sixth inning of work has given up 8 runs off 9 hits, a walk, a strikeout. Right now it's 76 pitches. Comes the 0-1 from Urban. And a swing and a miss on the changeup for strike two.
That was a beauty. That was a beauty. It fell right off the table, went down into the dirt, got Gillum chasing.
It looks like it's going to come at 90 miles an hour and just hangs there and then dies. Here comes the 0-2.
That one's going to get away.
Swung on a miss, and that's going to get away from Clifton. Throw over to first is not in time. So Gillum reaches safely despite the strikeout. We got 1 on with no outs here, and that brings up the leadoff hitter and Erica Abbott.
I actually asked Carly's mom and dad, who were sitting over here beside us, if maybe once the season's over or something, get a break, she'll maybe come work with Hannah on her changeup. You know, maybe help her a little bit. But we'll see.
First pitch from Urban to Abbott. That one's in there for strike one. Speaking of that changeup.
Yeah, it's beauty.
Erica was about ready to shake hands with Carly. She was so far ahead on that one.
Yeah.
Comes the 0-1. This one's chopped in the left field. Out of the outstretched diving arms of Briley Dover. As Abbott reaches base for the first time tonight. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Meg Parrott, the center fielder, due up. She's 2 for 3. Had a solo homer in the third and then a RBI single with the run scored in the fourth.
Got 2, 3, 4 coming, AJ. 2 on, no out. You got 2 big sticks coming up. I wonder if this Meg's going to lay one down to move them.
And thought about it, pulled it back on the first pitch that was high for ball one. Everyone in the Summertown lineup can either put one over the fence or lay down a beautiful bunt. Comes the 1-0, and she lays down that bunt. Urban fields it, throws over the first. It is in time, and that will be the first out of the inning. Both runners advances second and third off that sacrifice bunt. Brings up the catcher and the 3-0 hitter, Katie Beth Gallagher, 3 for 3. A pair of singles and an RBI double and 2 runs scored. Coming in the first, third, and fourth inning. First pitch from Urban. In the dirt, a good block from Clifton there for ball one. I've watched a lot of the hockey playoffs, Adam, and she can make a really good goalie, the way that she's able to get in front of that puck.
She does a great job.
Comes the 1-0. Hit high in the air to center field. Clifton charging in on it. It's Ray's going to make the catch. Gillum going to come around and score, and that makes it a 9-2 Summertown lead. Didn't think that Gillum would take off. She did, and it worked out as they get their 9th run of the game.
And Ray made a great play on that. The only problem was, of course, like you're saying, AJ, her momentum was carrying her to left field, when she had to slam on the brakes, and that was a good read to tag up on that. That was a tough play with her momentum going that way. So
Hannah Lindsay due up now, 0 for 2, a walk, hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out the short. This one's lined. Finally made Greg Burleson move in that coach's box. Most of the time on a foul ball, he just stays put, but that one was a head-hunting shot right there for strike one. As Hannah steps back in, Urban gets a sign. Here comes the 0-1. That one's high and away for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Summertown adding another run, leading at 9-2. Kenzie Reynolds waiting on deck. Here's a 1-1. Lined in the left field. A beautiful play by Briley Dover. The throw over to first is not in time, but that kept another Summertown run from scoring. That's an infield single. Now 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. I thought that was for sure going in the left field for a single, and Briley Dover made an amazing play.
If you're a Summertown fan, I just cringe every time I see the ball go anywhere in that general direction. She'll make so many plays that your average shortstop will not make.
First pitch to Reynolds, and that one's on the outside corner for strike one. I saw an RBI single happening, and she made an amazing play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the wheels on Lindsay were able to beat that one out at first. Here's the 0-1 from Urban. This one's hit over to Dover. Dover makes the play, throws over to first in time. Saved another run, and that will end the inning. Summertown adds one in the bottom of the 6th. They lead at 9-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. Last chance for Loretto. That's coming up next on the X Sports Network.
Make 2022 the year to refresh your home. And who you gonna call to help? Story & Lee, the Tennessee Valley's largest furniture store. We've stocked our 3 acres of showroom and warehouses full of inventory. And gotta make room for more arriving daily. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all from the brands you've told us you love. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story & Lee.
Back here at Summertown, we head to the top of the 7th. Final chance here for Loretto. And they got the top of the order due up here to face off with Hannah Lindsay. Be J.B. Clifton, who's 1 for 3. They ground out in the first, a fly ball in the 3rd, and then a single and a run scored in the 5th. Hannah Lindsay on to close things out. Through 6 innings, has given up a pair of runs off 9 hits. No walks, a strikeout, sitting right now at 73 pitches. Clifton on for her 4th at bat here against Lindsay. And the first pitch. And that one's on the outside corner for strike one. A fast-moving game here, Adam Lindsay.
And like you said, AJ, both of the pitchers work pretty quickly, but especially the Loretto pitchers. They really like to get the ball on the rubber and go.
The 0-1, a changeup that misses away for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the top of the order, the leadoff hitter. Clifton, who's hitting a hair over 500 so far this season. Here's a 1-1. This one is chopped down the left field line and foul for strike two. Lindsay now working ahead here against a very tough out in the, I want to say the heart of the order, even though Clifton is very good at the top. 3, 4, 5, very good. And Izell has also reached base a couple times here for Loretto sitting on deck. Right now, Huntington is leading Westview. It's a final score. Huntington defeats Westview. The next pitch is in the dirt for ball two. So if things stand, Summertown will host a Westview here on Friday, and Loretto will head to Huntington. Huntington won that game 4-3. Here's a 2-2 from Lindsay. Hit high in the air to right field, and Gillum camps underneath and makes the catch. And that will be the first out of the inning. Going to bring up the second baseman in Aubrey Zell, 1 for 3. Has reached base twice. Ground out to short in the first, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. Reached on an error in the 5th and scored a run as well. Actually, no, Izell was thrown out at home.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're right, AJ.
I don't know how to work this app sometimes. First pitch from Lindsay. Hit high in the air, but foul down the right field line. That was that bullet thrown from Gillum in right field that was able to get Izell at home.
And I can tell you, AJ, from looking at both of these teams and from what I've known about them, Westview or Huntington, no matter who has to go where, you're going to be in for you're going to see a good team Friday. Both of these teams will. You're going to see solid softball team.
Here's the 0-1 from Lindsay. Sent over to Abbott at short. Throw over to first is in time, and that will be the second out of the inning. Briley Dover on the last hope here for Loretto. And a good hope. She's 3 for 3. Pair of doubles to each gap, and then a single in the fifth. Dover, who struggled a bit against Cheatham County, but has come alive here in this game. It's the first pitch from Lindsay. And that misses away for ball one. Dover steps back in, and here comes the 1-0 from Lindsay. Misses high and away for ball two. Right now, Loretto baseball, 0-0 against White House Heritage. Next pitch misses away for ball three. That one has just started, so no score in that one between the Mustangs and White House Heritage. 3 balls, no strikes here to the 3-0 hitter. Next pitch from Lindsay. And that one misses away, and Dover draws the 2-out walk. She reached base for the 4th time tonight, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Shelby Fisher. 1 for 3 in the game, strikeout in the first, ground out in the third, and a single in the fifth. That scored a run. First pitch from Lindsay. That one's low for ball one. Fisher trying to keep the inning alive here for Loretto. And here comes the 1-0. And that one's on the outside corner for strike one. Smart move from Lindsay not to give Dover anything good to hit.
Of course, it might have been smarter if she had done it earlier in the game instead of waiting up to 2 outs up 7.
Here's the 1-1. Chopped up the middle. Burleson off of her glove. And that's another error for Summertown, their 3rd of the game. And now we got 2 on and 2 out here for the 5-hole hitter, the 3rd baseman, and Autumn Buttram.
And that is one thing, AJ, that hasn't been a typical thing for Summertown this year. Their defense has been pretty reliable, but they've made a few errors today. Luckily, they've got a 7-run cushion here, but it's not something you see a lot from them.
First pitch to Buttram, lined and fouled down the left field line. Buttram is 1 for 3 in the game. Ground out in the second, single in the fourth, and then a ground out the fifth. Both ground outs were to Shelby Davis at third. Wind still blowing pretty hard straight out to left field. Here's the 0-1. Misses low and away for ball one. It's frustrating also for Lindsay, the pitcher, knowing that could have got out not just the inning but the game and started to get ready for Westview on Friday. Here comes the 1-1 from Lindsay. And chopped down the left field line but foul. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes here.
And Lindsay's been able to keep her pitch count pretty reasonable most of this game, and I'm assuming, AJ, it's getting up there a little bit. Do you have what she's at? Or?
She's right now at 90, 90 pitches. Came in, I believe she was at 74 or early 70s when coming into the inning. Here's the 1-2. Line down the left field line, but foul again, and the count will stay where it is. I mean, really, for any pitcher, if your pitch count's in the 90s and the 7th, you're doing a good job, whether it's softball or baseball. That's why they keep the pitch counts on the scoreboards now.
Yeah.
When the big thing when we were playing baseball is more innings, but now now it's pitches. Here's the 1-2. Hit high in the air. Parrott, the center fielder, camps underneath and makes the catch, and that will end the game. Summertown defeats their rivals in Loretto 9-2 here to win the Class 2A Region 5 championship. Up next for Summertown, they will take on Westview. That game will be here on Friday. Don't know the time quite yet. That is Westview's graduation, and Loretto will have to hit the road and take on Huntington. That game will also be on Friday at 6 o'clock. Adam Lindsay, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
Summertown needed to do what they had to do. Loretto came in here, and, you know, Carly pitched great. I think Carly pitched a good game. You know, Loretto just made a few miscues. You know, there was a bunt that was mishandled. You know, you lead the off inning with a strikeout that gets to the back of the backstop. You know, a few throwaway balls, some things that, you know, you can't let Summertown, you know, you can't get away with, especially with a team like Summertown. But, you know, Summertown also hit the ball well. Loretto is a team that is well capable. Both of these teams are well capable of headed to the state tournament. I know that. Loretto, super talent team, really talented. They play well together. I think they're very capable of going to, it looks like Huntington, right?
Mm-hmm. Going to Huntington on Friday.
And pulling out a win. I have no doubt, and I wish them the best. I hope they're able to do that. So, but I think both of these coaches and Lawrence County in general has a lot to be proud of with these two teams.
As head coach Greg Burleson for Summertown gives his team the region championship and hands out the region runner-up over to Loretto. Our PA system not working, so there won't be any post-game ceremonies for this one. Again, final score, Summertown defeats Loretto 9-2. Lady Eagles will be back in action against Westview on Friday for a chance to go to Murfreesboro next week. Loretto will have to hit the road to take on Huntington. For Adam Lindsay, this is A.J. Good here on the X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports, covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.